Hi guys, so this is adding and subtracting decimals. So there's one sentence that, or one kind of piece of notes that we're given here. So it's to align the decimal points and fill in the digits around them. So align means just to keep in a straight line. So what it means is you're just keeping all your decimal points in a vertical line. So that's the main thing to remember here when you're adding decimals or subtracting decimals. So this is the way I'm going to start, and this is the way I'd recommend you start most or all questions when you're adding or subtracting decimals. Just start off like that. It doesn't matter what the question is. You can always just start by putting down some decimal points like that in a straight line. Then it's easy to put in the numbers around the decimal points. So in example 1 here we've got 24.2, so I can just put in 24 and then the 2 obviously comes after the decimal point. And then the other one is 1.384, so I put the 1 obviously before the decimal point and the 384 afterwards. Now whenever we have a gap here, then we can just fill it up with a 0. So there's a gap there, so I can put a 0 there, and then there's a gap here as well, so I can put a 0 there as well. All I've got to do then is just add them together, and you're adding them together the same as you would just numbers, so you can almost ignore the decimal points now as if they weren't there. So we start on the right hand side. You always start at the very right. So 0 plus 4 is 4, 0 plus 8 then is 8, 2 plus 3 is 5, 4 plus 1 is 5, and 2 plus, I should really have put in a 0 there as well, but you don't really need to. 2 plus 0 is just 2, so my final answer there is 25.584, so that's pretty straightforward. Example 2 then is minus. So we do it exactly the same way. It's just obviously this time we're going to be subtracting the numbers from each other. So I'm always starting off like that with my decimal points and a line. So 5.84 goes in at the top, and then 0.3. And again, I can just put in a 0 there underneath the 4 because there's a gap. So, and then all I have to do is subtract them. So 4 minus 0 is 4, 8 minus 3 is 5, and then 5 minus 0 is 5. So my final answer there is 5.54. So that's 2 examples. If you just want to pause the video there and have a go at these 2. So they're quite similar. The first one is add, and then the second one is subtract again. So the first one anyway, it's 4.6 plus 48. So remember, if you don't see, so the number 48, if you don't see a decimal point in a number, some people get a little bit confused with this. If you don't see a decimal point in a number, it's automatically at the end. It's automatically to the right, so it's after the 8. So therefore, when I'm putting the 48 in, it goes there. So if you're not sure of your place values, that's where the decimal point always is. And then because there's a gap there, I can just put a 0. We're adding together then, so 6 plus 0 is 6, 4 plus 8 is 12, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So 52.6 is final answer. The second question then, so 3.86, take away 0.23, and we're subtracting, so 6 minus 3 is 3, 8 minus 2 is 6, and 3 minus 0 is 3. So final answer is 3.63.